Grateful to be here today. Dr. Sharon sends her love and blessings, and as you may know, it's a little bit challenging because she was unable to get proper cellular communication or phone communication, and finally when we got together, I called her from my Skype to her phone, and we got to talk. And the reason that she is not here and the reason that she is delayed by approximately a week is because she was asked to sit on the commission that votes on the people who get the Nobel Peace Prizes. And this is a really great honor. So she went to Oslo after doing her keynote address at the Madonna University. So I am so very grateful that she is out there doing global service while I can be here to do local service. And thank you so much for being here this morning, showing up on this wonderful Sunday morning in Palm Springs. And hello to all the beings out there on the World Wide Web and that I know we're broadcasting to. Hello, hello. It's welcome. We are all here by divine appointment, and there is not a single person that is here or that is hearing this message at whatever point in time that was not supposed to hear this message. And this message of this November of 2013, we're looking at the laws of attraction. And today, my particular message, the title for my message is The Laws of Attraction and Divine Increase. Cool. I like that. The Laws of Attraction and Divine Increase. I'm going to read just a little bit that I wrote down here that I want to really make sure that I'm starting out in kind of the right way here. Okay, so the law of attraction illustrates just how important your choice of focus in your life is. You create what you want in your life in partnership with the bigger part of yourself in spirit, your higher spiritual being. And you choose your thoughts, your beliefs, your feelings, and the words that you speak. Now, we may not always think that we choose the words that we speak, that we choose, that we have a choice in how our life turns out. But the laws of attraction state that all forms of matter and energy are attracted to which is of a like vibration. What vibration are we putting out there? If we are keeping ourselves in a place of lack and limitation, if we turn on that television, if we turn on that radio and we listen to all the things that are being said. Just a short while ago, our government shut down for a period of time because they were arguing, because they couldn't decide, because it installs fear in the populace. Now, I am not saying that the government is doing all of this on purpose. This is not a conspiracy theory. All I am saying is, how do we interpret that? What happens for us? How it applies in our lives. The stock market is up, the stock market is down. Oh no, people are losing their jobs. If we're looking at all of the things that we are being told from the outside as being true, the vibration that we hold for ourselves is not very high. It's a lower vibration. And because these vibratory thought forms and words create these energetic, what we call morphic fields, then they keep us in a certain place. Whether it's with our health, whether it's in our relationship, whether it's with wealth, whatever part of our life is a challenge for us. we have to examine and we have to say, where have I been holding my attention? Because wherever we place our attention, that is what grows. Because it's a universal law. Like attracts like. If I am holding a high vibration, then it doesn't matter what the news reports to me. It doesn't matter what is written in the paper, what the radio says, or what people are speaking about. Because I am holding a high vibration and I know that my life is unfolding in beautiful multitude of ways. But if I am holding a lower vibration, that is what multiplies for me. That's what increases. And then, and we see so much of this in our world, it's the more of the negative vibrations that we attract into our lives, the slower our lives unfold, the more challenging things become. I call it this energy, the slug energy, the lethargy slug. Anyone ever experienced a lethargy slug? No, I know that we do spend our days doing things, and then at night, yes, we need regeneration, so we lay down to sleep. But when we awaken in the morning, are we fresh? Am I happy in my life? Or am I blaming and complaining and, oh, I gotta do this again, it's a drudgery. You know, one day when I was walking in the park, I had this realization, or this awareness, that I was happy. Just kind of like, oh, I'm happy. And as I examined that, I realized, and I started to look, you know, I actually lead my life pretty happy. Yeah, circumstances in my life could be much better in many ways. Absolutely. Sure, I could have more money. I could be living in a house instead of an apartment. I could have a wonderful, loving man in my life. I could have better relationships with my family, my brother, my mother, my cousins. Absolutely, I could have all of those things. We're still working on those. But they're not what makes me happy. I'm happy just because I am. How many of us place our happiness with the contingency of the things that we have in our lives? Oh, when I have this, then I'll really be happy. When I have that, then life will be perfect. But you see, those are not the things are not what make our life perfect. We're perfect simply because we are. We're divine light beings in expression in a physical body temple. We're already perfect. Now tomorrow might be a different level of perfect than today. But right now, in this instant, in this moment, I am whole, healthy, complete, and perfect. Because I am. I am this divine light. You are this divine light. And all I need to do is remember that. I am that divine light. And what do I attract to myself if I remember that I am divine light? More divine light. Because that's how the laws of the universe work. That is the divine increase in our life. We do tend to want to get easy answers in our lives. Anyone here ever want the easier way out? Yeah. You know, there are millions and millions of dollars made on, you know, the 5 steps, the 6 essentials, the 7 beliefs, the 9 habits, the 12 steps to recovery. 12, oh my God, that's so many steps to take. And we spend the money on these books because we want that paint by number life. Anyone remember the paint by number things? You know, we used to do them when we were kids. Some of us do it as adults. Hey, you know. There's ways in growing up, and then there's ways in growing up. So, we want the easy answers. And then when we don't get those easy answers, just because those steps work for someone else doesn't mean that they're going to work for us. Because my truth and your truth, they're both truths, but they're different. My life's path and your life's path, completely different. We are all individualized expression of the one facet of God, the absolute. And absolutely no one else can take my spot, or your spot, or your spot, or your spot. No. If we don't hold that, then no one else can. So we are this individualized expression. So yes, perhaps some of the things that someone else is saying to us may apply in our lives, but other things won't. But then what do? Well, I spend money on this, and this person doesn't know what they're talking about. And then we blame and we complain and we assert our rights. Because we want those quick changes and we want that magic pill. And there is no magic pill. Another reason why sometimes those steps don't work is because, well, we simply don't apply them. See, in order to get the things that we desire, we have to do some work. We actually have to do some work. But it's not the kind of work that we think it is. It's the energetic work. It's the work of awakening consciousness. It's the work of awakening to the fact that we are pure divine light beings. Now, how many here have ever heard that God is all-knowing, omnipotent, omnipresent, lavish, abundant? We've all heard that. And how many of us believe that? We do. We believe it. But I am going to say something to you that is going to probably shock you. And I'm going to say that God is none of those things in our lives. Not because the potential of it isn't there, but because we do not allow God to be omnipotent and omnipresent and all-knowing in our lives. And all lavish abundance. Because if we continue to wallow in the swamps of sadness and sorrow and loneliness and blame, and continue to live in the dungeons of our angers and the blames and jealousies and resentments, oh yes, and worry. Anyone here ever worry? We worry. And we spend our time in these lower vibratory places, and God is going, hey, look, it's all here. All you need to do is just step it up a little bit. It's not that difficult. So you see, if I am unwilling to unfold myself to my own highest potential, then I cannot take advantage of the gifts that God the Absolute brings to me. We limit ourselves by our thoughts, our words, our belief systems. Belief systems are a good tool. They truly can be. As long as we are open to changing them. We have a choice. Am I willing to step out and change? Am I willing to say, yes, I can include that in my life? Okay, I see your point of view. Absolutely. I can feel for you, but I don't have to. In other words, I can have empathy for you, but I don't have to take it on for myself. I don't have to live in the same place that another person lives. This is especially difficult to do, especially with our family members. Because when someone is living in one place, and we are living in another place, energetically, vibratorily, it can be very challenging. And when we change, people don't like it. People don't like change. I think fear of change is like the number 2 fear. And yet, the only absolute in our life and the only constant in our lives is change. And we can choose our change. We can choose how we change and what we change in our lives. And sometimes we fear that others are not going to like it when we change, and they really don't. But you know what? It may take them a while to adjust, but eventually they will. Eventually they will. I know in my own life, right now, my brother is going through many changes for a wonderful higher vibration expression in his life. Now, for me, he's moving at a snail's pace. For him, it's warp speed. It's all in how we experience it. Am I going to hold myself back and prevent my light from shining because his is unable to be in that same place? No, I'm going to shine my light so that he can shine his. Because eventually, he too will be able to raise his vibration. We've all heard in our Father's house, there are many rooms. Okay? There are many rooms in our Father's house. The universe is our Father's house. And there are many, many rooms. Where? Which room am I residing in? Which room am I residing in? Am I in the basement or the sub-basement or the sub-sub-basement? Am I on the first or second floor? All I need do is recognize and realize that the universal laws, which are completely impersonal, they don't judge. They simply are. And all I need to do is realize and recognize that I can utilize those universal laws to increase in my life that which I desire. That's where I hold my vibration. And I can take that elevator from the sub-basement all the way up to the penthouse just by changing my mind, just by changing my vibration, by holding more light in my cells, by igniting the divine light within that I am. And in that knowing, each and every single one of us in this room, and all of the beings out there who are listening to this message, and all of the many more islands of light upon this planet, are igniting. And in this moment and in this instant, we are going higher and higher and higher yet.